If you need a replacement cabinet door or drawer front, you can simply measure the old one to get the size of the replacement. Lots of times you can even reuse the hinges. But if you've got a missing door, it's trickier. Fortunately, most kitchen cabinetry is made using consistent dimensions throughout. You can measure the surrounding cabinetry to find the size for the replacement door. You can use what's there to come up with the size of what's missing. As you can see, all the cupboard doors in this run are the same height. So all we have to do is measure the height of an adjacent door to get the height for our replacement door. Notice how I'm taking care to run the tape straight. If the tape's cockeyed, the measurements are going to be off. 29.5 inches high. To find the correct width for the replacement door, we'll need to take a couple measurements and do some simple math. We'll start by measuring the width of an adjacent door. This door is 17.5 inches wide. Now let's measure the opening behind this door. The opening is 14.75 inches wide. So that means that this door is 2.75 inches wider than the opening behind it. Now all we have to do is measure the width of the opening for the missing door and add 2.75 inches to that to get the size of the replacement cabinet door. (14.75 inches). If you add 2.75 inches to that, you come up with 17.5 inches wide for the width of the replacement cabinet door. That relationship between the width of the door and the width of the opening behind it should be the same throughout the entire set of cabinetry. Note that these are all single doors covering single openings. If you've got a pair of doors that covers a single wide opening, the math is a little bit different, and we would suggest seeing our illustrated PDF on overlay to learn more. You can find it at the bottom of every one of our Amazon listing pages and in the how-to section of our website. The process is similar and often easier with drawer fronts. In this particular case, we know the missing drawer front is going to be the same width as the door below the opening. And we also know that the height of the drawer front is going to be the same as the drawer fronts on either side because they're all the same height. The width of the door is 17.5 inches. The height of the adjacent drawer front is 5.5 inches. That tells us the missing drawer front is 5.5 inches high and 17.5 inches wide. Cabinetry is built with consistent relationships between the size of the doors, drawer fronts, and the openings behind them. The spaces between doors and between drawer fronts is uniform as well. Knowing this lets you find the size of a missing piece. If your situation is different or you need more information, please look at the bottom of any of our Amazon listing pages or in the how-to section of our website for our illustrated PDF on finding replacement size, which illustrates just about every possible cabinetry configuration you're likely to run into. And above all, if you aren't sure, call us, email us, reach out to us, we'll help. We'd be more than glad to look at your pictures, talk to you on the phone, and make sure you get the right replacement door or drawer front for your home. Thank you for your time. We hope your project comes out great.